this. Okay, I think I'm back. Weird. All right. I'm going to assume that I'm back. But that means I need to update the link for the YouTube. Gee. Oh. Disconnected for some reason. Here's new YouTube link. I think. Hopefully this will work. Ooh. Not a good first day back, huh? All right. All right. I was afraid that I had to skip streaming today or something. Weird. Okay. Well, let's hope that that's it for the trouble today. I was in the process of creating on player death experience. Now, I have character died signal, which gets emitted. And then I think I can change it on level, like what the death experience looks like on the level. But actually, on character, well, hold on. Character died. I do kind of want to be careful here because this, I don't want to connect death to the restart. In fact, what I want to do is I want the overall game to have control. Control over what death does based on basically which state we're in, game state we're in. So when we're attaching a new scene, especially if we're attaching a level which has change level, we have tutorial, which is show tutorial here. When we're creating it, we will connect title level. I should have it. Title level is, oh no, title level is different. Tutorial level would have character died, I think, because it's a base level of some sort. Oh, it doesn't. Wait. Well, I thought level 1 was base level. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, where did that signal go? It's right here, right? Character died. Oh, player has character died signal. I see. I suppose don't handle it here for sure. Come to the Rogue Mine overall game. Once things get connected, I suppose we should have, I guess that's a bus thing, our signal bus to handle. So we have a game state, which already instantiates the character here, because we have one instance of a character. And I don't think I'm going to recreate it. They get reset potentially, but we're going to keep reusing it. On creation, I think we're going to have character player player died signal up in here. And when we're creating this player, we're going to connect this player died signal to the, or character die signal to the player die signal. And emit it immediately like that. So when character died triggers from the player character, it's going to emit player died, which is globally available. So on the game itself, when we are readying it up, we should have, technically, a signal available from game state called player died. We're going to connect that to on player death signal, which we're handler right here. There you go. Hi, Courage. That means we can have this actually, where player dying means different things depending on what node we're in, obviously. This makes no sense, but it's okay. What we're going to do here is probably don't even have to handle the title. And we're not going to do anything because there's no way to die here, but it's okay. We're just simply going to reset the tutorial, restart tutorial. So we have show tutorial here, tutorial level, which is the under the world viewport. I think, hopefully, I can just go world viewport, get child, or first child. Can I get first? No. Get children. There should be only one anyways. And then get this one and say as base level restart. And this one needs a restart. And it used to be reloading the current scene, but then that will reload the whole thing, whole game, not just the level. So we need to have a smarter way to handle this. Car says, Ezra, have I passed the mod testing? For now. I don't know, Courage. I mean, you've been behaving, but I have heard from others that you've misbehaved, and it feels weird to have you, knowing that you've harassed other people, being part of my brand, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm thinking about it. I mean, I feel like if you can apologize to those people and try to make up, you don't have to be forgiven, but I just need you to reflect on what that means. Yeah, no, like what you do in your personal time doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. But at the same time, if it's brought up to me, if I understand that that's the kind of person you are going to be, then I have to be careful. You know what I mean? Do you understand? I know sometimes it's hard to, when you're acting out of emotion or just momentary feeling, things can get wild. But that doesn't excuse from the consequence of the action. So we'll see. Oh, you tried? You tried to apologize? Okay, well, at least you tried. It's okay that you're ignored, you know? You shouldn't expect to be... When you apologize, it doesn't mean you're guaranteed a forgiveness. But I think what you can do is try to be your best moving on. Quilly says, I've been in some streams where the streamer was great, but their mods chat was so bad I couldn't bring myself to stay. Yeah. So that is something. Okay, courage. So what that means is that so far there's no reason for me to believe that you're going to misbehave again. But if I do hear something again, I will have to take action. Okay? Does that sound fair? So otherwise, you're okay. You're okay. You don't need forgiveness from me, you know. So let's just take this as a lesson and try to be mindful. Everybody's just trying to get around here, living life. So let's not be too hasty. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks for understanding. I'm taking a huge risk here, Courage, so just do understand that. Let's see. All right. On level restart, I think. Oh, who calls a cleanup? I guess instead of restarting the whole scene, we need to clear the level. Right? Room gets cleared. They get queue freed. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's like a 2 cleanups. What does that even mean? Cleanup. It's not even being called. Clear level. Which will queue a bunch of these to be freed. But also I think that also means get rooms. Kind of want them to be... You know what? I think this should be done... well, I should probably... remove child. I'm going to get rid of each individual components from its parent to be freed. So that when I'm recreating these things, it doesn't get confused. Also, I am filtering by the rooms that are not marked for deletion. That's probably a good thing. So hopefully this will make it so that it's nothing serious. Thanks for the follow, Vladhead. Hey, Celine, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened earlier. It's just, I guess I just had a issue with my internet or something. Or they were pushing some sort of update on the Streamlabs, maybe? And I got impacted? I don't know. When you're freeing the components, if I need to disconnect the signals or not. I'm assuming that it does all that automatically, but you know, we'll see. Okay, so they get freed, they get cleared, and once they get cleared, what do I need to do? I should do anything that's here. Game state done next. Level entered, connect. These connections are already done. We got to reset up the level. And then we got to start the level. And then we have starting weapon. I guess that's okay. This almost feels like an instantiation thing. So I'm gonna... Because player getting a starting weapon shouldn't happen on every start of the level. I think this should happen when the player is getting created. Weapon UI, register player for update. What does that mean? Oh, yes. Okay, that's fine. Player can gain item right here. Just gotta make sure all of this happens on game state. Get player instance. Hopefully that's okay. We got the player character. Gain item, starting weapon. Okay. On the first instantiation. Oh, hey, Vlad. It says you need to disconnect signals when using C#. You do when you're freeing it? Wait. Is there a sub? Thanks for the sub, Double Rainbow. What about in GD script, though? So when you're queue freeing, when you're deallocating in GD script, do you need to designal? That's the thing. Celine says, oh, yikes. Yeah, I don't think you need to. IRC, when signals are connected, it's like the emitters yells saying, hey, and the listener is waiting for it, like something sending radio signal and the other receiving. But if you take one out, the other person doesn't explode. It doesn't explode, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, if I'm not reusing the container of these instances, and if I'm continuously connecting whenever I create, and then I just remove without deconnecting, then there has to be some sort of mapping of these signal, right? Or is it just like something is holding this information saying that if there is a signal from blah, 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 like that information is recorded in somewhere in the memory, I would think. So I'm just guessing, like, in the long run, would that be an issue? And Vlad says you do need to disconnect signals when using C#. And I'm not sure if that is the same reasoning or not. Okay. Let's see. So what I want to know right now is that will this freak out? Will this make my system freak out? Because now I'm adding the item on instance, and I don't know how the adding item behaves before the tree is ready. So that's something I need to be mindful of. Another thing over here, I want to do this. Restart. It does clear level, wait on setup, which is all the generation. Player gets positioned in the starting position. And over here, the weapon UI has already been registered, so I don't think I have to redo that. And then restart happens on character death, which is right here. And technically, I want to do the same thing on level because there it's the same thing. Let's test it. Let's test it out. It's already breaking. It says invalid call, non-existent function, add item in basenet. Yeah, that's what I thought. So when I was trying to get the player out of here, it's like, hey, some of these things don't exist because you're not ready yet. And that makes sense. So I suppose when we do all these things, I don't want to await though, do I? I mean, that's the thing. That's what's annoying about all these things is that it needs, I can't await on ready. When the player is created, and then the starting weapon needs to be registered to the player. I mean, I can't force the player character to be added to the tree first. Because if I do I'll wait on ready here, it's going to block and it's never going to move forward. Alternatively, I can change these functions to wait. Now if I do a wait here, is that going to block? I want to know what happens then. I feel like it would, but I want to see it. Because there are separate function call that's async. Yeah. There you go. Okay. It worked. Unexpected. All right. So we do tutorial level here. Invalid access to property of key character on base object node 2D. Let's see. We got switch scene. We're going to show tutorial. Oh. I added this random line of code that I wasn't going to use. Okay. Okay. I think so far so good. Nothing blocking. I definitely want to make it so that these little items don't get picked up until they drop completely instead of disappearing immediately. Okay. It started back from the beginning, but player is still dead. So we got to remember to reset the players in the beginning. I guess tutorial level, base level. I suppose on base level, when we're restarting the game, restart, we want player to be at a state he was when the game first started. But in this case, I guess, player character, I kind of want to be able to just say reset the character. So let's see. We got damage, he dies, he goes into the death mode. We're just gonna have, oops. Does it have a starting state here by any chance? State machine does have a default state. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the base character and create a function called reset, which it already does have, which it calls. And I'm gonna make sure that the state machine's current state equals to default state being the starting state. Cannot be assigned to the variable type string. It's not a string though. Oh, wait. I guess dot name like that. Would that work? What am I doing here? Current state. Yeah, that should be okay, I think. All right, let's try that again. Kurt says, I guess I'll just stay on YouTube. It's been quite long. We do need YouTube support. We got a lot of Twitch mods, but we don't have any YouTube. I mean, Zuzu is one, but Zuzu's been in Korea and such. So Courage is double fisting platforms. Celine says, this is out of my depth. I think what you're looking for is a signal bus. Probably. Ah, you're still dead. Oh, wait. That's because okay, hold on. I gotta reset his health and everything. I also didn't call player reset. Game state. Player instance reset. And reset is all the health and stuff. Okay. One more time. Celine says, this is out of my depth. I think what you're looking for is signal bus. It's one script, so any number of things can emit to and listen from the bus, which might solve your issue. Yeah, I think so. And you're right. I think that will solve it. It's not, I don't think it was ever a problem. It's not really a problem. It's just that I want to know if that's what it does. You know what I mean? It's just curiosity thing. It's like, is that what happens? Is there a memory that's being occupied when you have a signal? Okay. Reset is there, but the control is not working on reset. What else is happening? I noticed that the weapon UI hasn't updated. So let's do that as well. Got to take care of that. So on Rogue base level, when it's... Oh, that's right. Player character. We have... Not player character, game state. Game state. We have change weapon selection. That's right. We're doing this change weapon selection before the UI registration, because UI listens to the change weapon signal, or yeah. So we're giving the starting weapon, and then we select the weapon, let's say. Initially, when the UI first gets set up, I want to make it so that when it first registers, we got to do, we call this the first time. We got to call it the first time so that it updates once. So it update the weapon window when it starts. Yeah, it's there. Okay. The controls being deregistered is a second issue, which I will try to solve after this. All right, let's go die real quick. Come here. Hello, I'm ready to die. Okay. Control's still not working. Let's see if it's at least taking some sort of input. Let's see. Process. Input direction. I don't know if... I mean, it's clearly not coming through here. Aim direction. Let's see if this... just doesn't come through. Is input controller on? Oh, it's false. Why is it false? It was flipped to false when it died. Oh, that's right. So I think I do need to reset this when player comes back alive. So when player goes to idle, I guess, or on reset. I guess I should do that on reset. We have function reset. Oh. Somebody said I don't have to do super. There was some other things I can do to do a super call. I forgot what it was. It was like underscore reset. I don't know. I don't remember. Somebody told me last time, but I don't remember. So I'm just going to do it this way. That means is input control on should also be true. So do all the basic stuff and then turn this on. I think. Is there anything else I turn off? Input control. Yeah, should be okay, I think. I suppose, honestly, that should actually happen on exit, now that I think about it. If I'm exiting this state, I should turn it on instead of doing it on reset. Yeah. Yes? I don't know. We'll see. Courage says, Minecraft movie encoding Steve, Jack equals Jack Black, block equals cube, Ender Flint and Steel equals Nether portal, var pig equals boss pig function cube equals random rarity equals happily ever after print the end. Is that the movie in code? It's the if you were to write a code for movie synopsis, Minecraft. I still haven't watched it. I mean, obviously it's a kid's movie, but I still wouldn't mind watching it. I have nothing against watching kids' movie. Sometimes you just need a not so serious, simple fun. Sometimes you gotta take... All right, okay. It's working, kind of. The inventory hasn't emptied out. So we definitely need to do that too. So on reset, let's make it so that rogue mine, not rogue mine, on character, player character. On reset, we want to inventory, I think. We want to reset the inventory, which will be reset. And these are all resources, so it's okay. We can just go boop. Remove. Can I remove all? Or I guess I could just do this. And then rely on garbage collector to do everything. Let's see, what's that going to do? Do I need to give weapon again? I suppose I do, because I'm emptying the weapon. Starting weapon. So if I'm resetting the inventory, I need to make sure I give a base weapon to player again. So that, I think, you know what? I think what I need is actually state save. So for example, I have to be like save state and then load last state. Something like that. Or save state with name and then load state with name. And I don't know if there's an easy way to save the state of the player. Like the scene state. Maintain a list of resource nodes. Okay. Method description, get connection binds, get connection count. I want to know if I can do node snapshot, node property snapshot. I don't think, I can't imagine that that's not something I can do. Godot node scene node state snapshot. State design pattern. This must be working on looking for state machine, right? Yeah. This is a state machine. Well, I don't see an easy answer yet, so I'm just gonna include some of the things. So I think that's going to be inventory save state, and then inventory load state, the name, and inventory manager will have save state, and then load state for the name. Hello, Courage. I'm not sure, because all I want is kind of duplicate snapshot of this information, these two information. So that's pretty simple. So we can have our, should that be global? Maybe. Am I going to regret this? Maybe. It's technically not a state machine. I think it's, I mean, it's like state manager, but then it's not in the sense of state machine manager. It is node serialization technically, but I don't want to, I do want to customize it, right? Because I don't want to just like serialize the entire thing just in case I only want to load certain relevant information. So I'm basically manually implementing serialization at this point, essentially. So I guess calling it serialization hand manager, or serialization here. And then under serialization, we can have a script node called serialization manager. Oh, it doesn't need a class name. And let's say I have, it's going to probably retain information about which node and what the node name is. Because the reason I'm doing the whole save and load name is because I want to save it for like start of the level, and then sometimes I want to save it for different purposes, you know? And then those things needs to be saved all together as game data, I think. At least that's what my intuition tells me. Is it actually correct way to do things? What's a correct way to do things? I mean, it just seems convenient to me. So let's see. So I say function save. I guess we could say serialize. Serialize and save. Vlad says, you probably can store all relevant info into specific resource, and then there are functions to easily load and save that. Yes. Yes. I did hear about some issues with the resource loading and saving, though. I do like JSON. Yusuf says, hello, my dear Ezra. What time is it in US? Hello, Yusuf. It's 12:15 where I am, at least. What the heck? Argent Trinad says, how do you create characters for your games? How do I create it? Well, I have a base character And I have extended controllable character, that's player character. And then I have a global state actually. Currently, I'm not saying that this is the best way to do it. I have a global node, global ref count, it doesn't matter, where I create an instance of the player so that I only play it or create it once. And if I need to reset it, I'll reset it so that it's accessible from anything. That's just how I'm handling it right now. Vlad says, if I understood correctly. No, I think what you're saying is very much valid. I do agree with what you're saying. Typically, I think I would do it. I just don't have a patience to sit down and come up with like the resource that I want accurately to save this accurately. But I do think having a serialization manager with certain functions, whether it be saving it to a resource or not, would be an unhelpful thing to do. So I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to have is save. And the save is going to probably have a key name, probably. I suppose, like, this is going to suck, doesn't it? Data is going to be variant. And then load is going to have a name. And then it's going to have a variant data, obviously, which means the caller needs to know what the heck is going on. And this one is just nothing more than, I think, nothing more than an empty dictionary for the time being. Will I regret this? Perhaps. Perhaps. I might very much regret this. But, alas. Terrible, terrible, but it's okay. I mean, if this is all that is, why not just use a dictionary, right? Yes. But who knows? Maybe there's something I can use. Whoops. As I always say, do as I say, not as I do. Okay. So we're going to have serialization manager. We're going to save the... We're going to create a serialization hash key. That's just a pending of the string. Yusuf says, no, you don't think that video game that looks like video game aesthetically are boring. I love when some studios makes a Gale. What's a Gale? Games that look like an experience that which could take place in fictional but coherent world. Now, I do think that that's a valid thing. Whether it be 2D, low fidelity, or high fidelity graphics, I think it needs to be cohesive. I think that's very important. Because that's what at the end of the day, that's what makes it believable and immersive as opposed to just good graphic. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. And also that's part of storytelling, isn't it? I never played this one. Never seen it, actually. It looks cool. I like the aesthetics. Wait, is this like an RPG? I do like a good old textbook RPG. It looks good. Yeah. I mean, I could see. Immersive. Some people don't care about it, but, you know, that's your audience. Celine says, he tells me he has a cool idea and goes, Celine, turn them into character with a backstory. Wow. I thought you like writing. Oh, whoops. Thanks for the follow, Metris. I didn't see it earlier. Sorry. Kelsey says, Sensei, how's the stream? Oh my god, how are you? I'm doing well. Hi. What do you mean, oh my god? What happened? Okay, so it's not just the name that I need to save. I need to save it under the guise of the object, right? I'm saving it for this instance right here, which is... I suppose this is an inventory manager that has one single instance. I gotta be careful here. Because, well, player, there's going to be only one instance of it. So the name of this inventory, I gotta be careful here. Okay, so instead of calling a name, we gotta call it key, because name is an already existing variable. And additionally, I need to make a habit of naming the components that gets added programmatically. So player has this inventory manager thing, which is a ref counted. But regardless, it still has a name, I think. Let's see. No, it doesn't. I guess the ref counters don't have name. Probably should give something like player plus save state key, and then go player. Actually, we should probably have a colon as a delimiter. Plus key here. Cool. And then the inventory system is going to just take that key and then plus components, and then save component material. I don't know if I need to duplicate it or not, but I suppose that will. I don't know. Why risk it? It's not a deep copy, so that's another tricky aspects, but who's counting? Not me. So let's say we do that. Load gives variant, which I think I'm going to just do this like that. Technically, I'm just making database. I'm making a database accessor where it happens to be a local database, I think. Too many arguments. Okay. Of course. Like so. Let's see. So inventory is going to get loaded with a certain name. And for the player character, when it's loading state, it's just going to load the inventory state here. On base level, when it is starting the level, yeah. When it starts, I do definitely want to say, hey, player, save state, start. Like so. And on restart, player, instead of resetting, go load state, start. Right? What else is being loaded? This is also part of the save state for me. Suppose this is base character. I guess I could save that separately. Flare the bird says hi. Wait, I think that's a hi emote. It's a wave. Yes, it is. Hi. Hi, Flare the bird. Kelso says, I really miss Sensei. Oh, you miss? Wait, hold on. I'm here. What do you mean you miss me? Flare the bird says, what kind of roguelike is being produced? We're making roguelike dungeon crawler that is similar to Enter the Gungeon thematically, or Binding of the Isaac. However, the main theme is not just attacking and dodging or upgrading. it's focused on mining and crafting. So you gather resources, find a crafting table, and then craft your weapons or tools that you need. And different mining things can be mineable at certain weapon level, blah, blah, blah. And then you unlock recipes. At each level during the run, you can choose to either send up your resource back up to the hub world to upgrade for a later run and give up your run right now, basically, essentially. Or like you're giving up resources for this run in order to make it better for the future runs. Or you can try to beat the run type of thing. Celine says, I do like writing. I'm just unionizing with me and myself and I. Yeah. Well, you look, if you have demands, tell me, of course. I am all ears. Flair says, I see. Sounds like a video game for sure. I hope so. That's the goal here. Okay. So when I'm loading the state, it's going to do this. I think what I actually want to do is I'm going to reset then load. Just in case there's some clearing I need to do. So we have load start, but we're first going to reset. So that way the inventory doesn't have to get any more complicated. All right. I'm trying to handle dying in the tutorial level currently. Okay. Let's go. All right, buddy. Send me home. Oh. Invalid assignment of property or key component material with value of array of item resources on base object of type node. Oh. Hold on, is variant node? Oh. I think I need to keep it untyped. Hold on. Stop it. This strict typing is wait, hold on. The data can be variant too. Well, we'll see. Flair says, do you made a... Oh, you made a roguelike deck builder. Samesies. I have made that before. I'm still working on it, actually. I have a roguelike deck builder game that is a tactics game where it's a cross between Slay the Spire and Into the Breach is the goal. That one is on the works. I have a playable demo somewhere on itch, but currently I have switched gear. I'm working on this. I have like about 3 games right now that I'm actually want to release. Okay, it's still breaking. Key component material with value of type this, and this, whatever it spit out, is somehow a node. Let's see. I want to see what's in here, honestly. Let's see. Celine says, my demands, I want at least 1 day of seeing the sun a month. Right now, being allowed to see sunlight once a year is a bit too ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. Careful, Celine. People are going to believe that I've run a absolute sweatshop of a writer room. Jeez. Nothing could be farther from the truth. I want to say I am a very reasonable and humane boss as far as boss goes. But once again, I'm not even a boss, Celine. I am a partner. I am your partner in this endeavor. Oh, weird. The key. What is this? Oh, right. That makes sense because I renamed these. Forgot. I don't consider myself a boss. I'm not a ruler. I'm not a, you know, a leader. I am just a coworker that happens to be paying you, but in this case, I'm not even paying you, so you're a partner in crime, you know? Argent Trinad says, what is your opinion on RPG games? I do like RPG games. Used to be my favorite. I don't know. Something about my recent... Kill me. Okay. Something definitely is happening here. I like RPG games. I used to really love JRPG games. But at the same time, I didn't have all access to all the games that other people had growing up. So I never played Final Fantasy. Can you believe that? And I say I like JRPG. That feels blasphemous for a lot of people. But I still did like the genre. I played a lot of indie RPGs growing up, including some no-name Korean games, by the way, that you guys wouldn't recommend or recognize, but it was really good. Like old school games. And recently Baldur's Gate 3 was definitely very fun, and I would love to create or be part of or see more of those things. I'm playing Expedition 33, which is an RPG game with turn-based combat. I would have to say though, I don't like action RPG as much, meaning it's an RPG but then the combat is real time. That's too hectic for me now. I used to love those, but now it's like too hectic. I like my RPG games with like more of like a tactics component. I like tactics RPG with tactics as a combat mechanic. I like turn-based mechanics. Even though I am enjoying Expedition 33, I do wish it didn't have to have like reaction-based things, because I kind of want to just enjoy the game. But yeah, that's my opinion. Flare the Bird says, I had a boss once or twice. It was and continues to be a mistake. Having a boss is a hard life for sure, but something we can't avoid. Celine says, strategy is awesome. I've been tossing my free time at Victoria Lamau. I do like Victoria. I need to go back to it. Okay, so these are all there. This is a dictionary and this is an array. So when it returns, right now we're requesting for player start components, which is a dictionary here. So when it returns over here, component material, which is a dictionary, when it tries to load it in, it says invalid assignment of property dictionary and in on object type node. Well, it's not a node, so I don't know what is on about. What it returns. I guess I wonder if I have to do like this type of typing. That seems a little silly. That it doesn't have any problem saving it, but when it's loading, it's like, oh, I can't. Don't do this to me. Flare the Bird says, all time is free time if you don't take your job very seriously. You know, that is kind of true. Or you could take your job seriously, just do all of your work all at once. I don't recommend doing that, honestly. I did have a moment in a job where I was like, oh, it seems like I'm exceptionally fast at working in a given burst of time. Okay, it doesn't really like this at all. Base object of type node. Why does it think that the base object type is node? That's my question. I mean, dictionary is definitely a I want to see if, hold on. Why is this considered node? Yeah, this is just any. It's kind of weird. Uh, Jokavan? Nah, I don't know what you're saying. Some Japanese name. I can read hiragana, but I can't read katakana, whatever. The Anglification of Japanese words. Hold on. Yeah. I can read hiragana, but I can't read katakana, so I actually don't know what your thing is. Object type is node because your serialization manager extends node, maybe? But that's kind of weird. It's returning variant, though. Like, I'm not saying... Oh, wait. What the heck? What the heck? These things don't even exist in this. This property was fake. I don't know when. I don't know why that was a fail message. Weird. See, this is what happens when you're streaming and coding. Super destructive. Man, my wrist hurts a lot. I don't know if it's because I hope nothing broke. So I've been enjoying riding electric scooter recently. I had never done that, but I've been doing that around the town to get around instead of Uber lifting everywhere because it's significantly cheaper. Okay, it's working. Yay! It's not working. This is still at 17, so we need to make it so that it's, unless it's actually resetting, it's just not updating the thing. Maybe it is. I guess I should do that, huh? Here, on load state. Let's player character. Hold on, I'll continue telling the story. Just give me a second. On thing, we got to do this, I think. Where are we emitting? Nothing, right? Just emit. I guess it should emit on reset as well, technically. Ow. But yeah, I fell pretty big. Like I had a huge bruise on my hip. But, you know, I tucked and roll, so I minimized my damage. It wasn't that bad. But I did catch myself with my wrist a little bit. So I had a slight bruise here, and it's all healed now. You don't see any damage. But the other day, I thought it was all good. I was stretching, and I was like, oh, there's like a little bit of pain. So I started rubbing it out to be like, oh, maybe there's a scar tissue I need to like break apart. And now it's like really sore. And I'm like, oh, I hope I don't have a permanent damage. And not in this economy. Greenie was taken, says, what's up? Hey, Greenie. Welcome, welcome. Like Greenie as in like the dog treat that cleans dogs' teeth. Greenie was taken, says, I started rubbing it out and quote is crazy. Oh, get out of here. You know what I mean. Okay, so this still didn't update, so I need to figure that out. Make sure that that's saving correctly. On inventory reset, it gets cleared out and it does all that. I want to kind of check this now, honestly. The color green. There's a dog snack called Greenie. Yeah, Greenies are the little green toothbrush-looking chew treat that are meant for cleaning dogs' teeth. Greenie says, dang, I got to do my research before changing my username. It's okay. I mean, whatever. It's probably not commonly known between everyone, I would say. Well, thanks for the follow either way. Jokar went. Thanks for the follow as well. I guess I didn't notice. Too much to do. Thanks for the follow. Okay. I just want this inventory to a resettlement death. All right. Boom. Inventory. Let's go check the inventory real quick. Has 0 and 16. Even though it got reset. Huh. Oh. I mean that's why I did duplicate, but I guess apparently it's not working. We need to do deep copy, I think. So what's happening is that because I am sending the array and then the reference to the dictionary, the content, when they change, whatever other variables that are pointed to that reference will basically see the same update. So technically, I just need a deep copy of those things and never touch it. Hopefully, it's a deep, deep, deep copy. I mean, I was hoping that that will make it so that there's no... It doesn't point to the same reference. Otherwise, we're going to have to do a whole like manual deep copying, which is going to be annoying. Too much to do. Redeemed emote on screen. The way it works is that you need to provide the emote that you want on screen in the chat, and then tell me where you want it. And then I have to put it on. Typically, we have our mods with the ability to do it here, but alas. Okay, so it's still saying that there's 14 of these. It's definitely not updating. It's definitely not treating it as a two separate what do you call? It's definitely not treating it as a two separate references. If deep is true, inner dictionary and array keys and values are also copied recursively. So it is a copy. So why is it updating? Is my question. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's take a look. Player character. Too much to do says, I just followed the pop-ups. I don't know what those do. Just put emotes and then I'll put them on the screen. Yeah, how about that? It's okay. Well, thanks for using the points, I guess. Save the points. We have a little collectible game, stream game on the works, hopefully, where we're going to have little like strawberry, because we're berry folks. I don't know how we got there, but the people that watch my stream are considered to be berry folks. That's why we have all these berry themed emotes, as you can see. And I want to have a little game slash like, maybe, I don't know, a card game that people can like little collect that are berry themed weapons and armors and such. Let me just answer this text real quick. Ah, there it is. We got little cute image here. All right, let me show you in practice. Technically, what happens, I'm going to put that on screen. All right. We have this tool that our mods can access, aka Mikori, because Mikori is the only one with this access. I guess I could give it to Courage, technically. And then they can be like, ooh, I can put stuff in here. Like that. And I can put it right here like that. Oh, that's a little too big. Like that. There you go. Should be good. Celine says, trust me, give me mod perms. I will, Celine. Since you've been around here for a long time. Lavender Lutz, thanks for the follow. SimDev Live, hey, welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. Greeny says, what is this game about exactly? And there is a Game Jam tag on stream. What Game Jam are you participating in? And Game Jam of Life. I guess I should probably get rid of that tag, huh? That's a mistake, I suppose. Technically, I'll get rid of the Game Jam tag. What it is that I started making this game because I wanted to do a free asset versus paid asset challenge for my devlog, because I never use pre-made assets, and some people were asking about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. Let me go try it out. So I wanted to make an exact game, or two of the exactly same game, one with free assets only and one with paid assets only, and then compare the experience, how hard it is, how easy it is, or where it helps and whatnot. And I'm going to replace them later and probably going to devlog that experience as well. So we're making roguelike dungeon crawler specifically for mining and crafting. So the main theme is it's like Enter the Gungeon, but during the run, you're collecting resources and crafting things like with recipe. And then the whole gimmick is that you get to either take your resource and upgrade for the run during the run, or you can send it up to the hub world to use the resource for either next run or for the future run upgrades, like upgrading reroll amount, adding recipe to the craft table, blah blah blah. But basically roguelike dungeon crawler with crafting and mining as a theme. I guess I have a let me see. I have a design doc. I should probably make that a link. Let me see. It's somewhere in here. Let me share it. If you want a deeper dive, I'm not going to go over it right now, but if anyone is interested, I guess I should pin that as well. I don't know how to pin, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. Free paid GTD. There it is. Here's a game design doc. Temporarily. Okay. So he says, I promise to use my power for nothing but personal gain. You know what? At least that's consistent, Celine, so I can trust that pretty well. Here it is. You're a mon now. Boop. Too Much To Do says, an ad has been running for a while now, but I saw my emote in the tiny preview. Haha. Hell yeah, loving the idea. I'm making a dungeon crawler meshed with Super Mario Striker type soccer game. Ooh, fun. That is interesting. I'm just imagining people just like doing a soccer through a dungeon. A soccer dribble through a dungeon. And you're trying to avoid all the tackles and hazards. All right. Okay, so I'm still working on this whole loading scene thing because clearly I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's see. Okay. So I thought this deep copy would work. I mean, I copied it as a true thing. So why is it not working? Is my question. Let's see. I gotta do this debugging one at a time. Too Much says, doing a soccer through a dungeon, lol. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. Whatever. Dribbling your soccer ball. Doing soccer things. I don't know. Well, you guys, I mean, some people call it football, I think, in Europe. Let's see. Celine says, yippee for the whole mod thing. Greeny says, I had a good game idea, but I'm like too lazy to make it. Hey, that's our problem, I think. Sorry, I'm texting here. How dare I? Okay, so I'm going to go over here. I'm going to see what is going on over here, actually. This one, yep. It's not updating. The deep copy is not deep copying. I think it's because, I know what it is. It's because it's a data structure within data structure. So it's deep copying it, but then the deep copy is also the reference point. So unfortunately, what I actually need to do is serialization. So instead of saving it as actual data, I have to turn this into a JSON. And it's a data, right? This should only take data, not nodes. So technically, I can stringify a data and save that. And then when it's coming back out, I can parse it. Parse string. So that I don't have to actually worry about decopying it, because string can't be a reference, I think. Whoops, starting from the wrong section. Let's do that. Greeny says, I'm going to learn GD script and try to make the game in it. Yeah, do it. Go for it. I also have some tutorial series as well, so I don't think you need help. But if you do, there's some things you can follow. Am I the best tutorial out there? Maybe. For a very particular topic. But there are better tutorials out there for other methods, I'm sure. So I won't be butthurt. Okay. A little bit better here. Trying to assign a type dictionary to variable of type. Okay, so it's like saying, hey, I can't assign your dictionary of generic type to a dictionary of a specific type. It's, oh my goodness. It's like, oh no, you can't do that. But you know what's funny about this? If I just did this, and then this is like dictionary, right? Then I could just go for key in dictionary keys. If I do one of these things, all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, you're fine. You're okay. What you mean? Whatever you could mean. I don't see anything wrong with it. Maybe, hold on, what the heck? Oh, it's already, hold on. Component type. Like so. All of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, you know what? Never mind. You're fine. Go on. Oh, okay. Now it's okay. And then once this passes, the next part is going to be a problem, but one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Technically, I want to be able to serialize more deep, but we'll see. It says invalid assignment of property or key 0 with value of type float. Is it float? Okay. I guess this thinks it's a float. Well, gee. This is very particular, this one. This whole saving thing is more trouble than worth, I think. I should have just serialized it. Alas. Regrets. But in the long run, I hope that this will turn out to be a very good thing. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. No pressure. Trying to assign an array of type array to be... Okay, same thing. It's a regular array, and it's like saying, I don't know how to set it to this type of resource, so it's dumb. But alas. Our... Probably need to go... Honestly? For item in the load... as array. Just go weapons, item, or actually I don't even need to do that, do I? Because it's an array. Push back, item as item resource. I wonder if this assignment would work. Vlad says, what exactly are you trying to save? I'm just trying to save a bunch of resources right now. It's just simple data type, but it's like array of resources and then dictionary of enum to integer. But then I'm not trying to save a reference point because right now the problem is that if I just do direct equals to save it, then because it's a reference, it's a nested data structure, the whole reference thing makes it so that the saved copy is being saved. So the copy is being updated instead of just being set as a one-time thing. Let's see. Greeny says, be honest, are your guides helpful? Like, are they good? Or should I maybe watch something else? I don't know anything about GD or how to use it. Well, if you don't know anything, probably not as helpful. I mean, you can try the deck builder one. That's my most popular one. And people like it, but it does require some... I do feel like it does require some understanding, but if you have a coding background, what I hear, what people are telling me, this is a feedback from people who's watched it already. I just released this one yesterday or 2 days ago or yesterday, I guess. So this one, the how to make a deck builder. Oh, this is the first video of a series. Stop. So this one has 180k view. A lot of people, what they're saying is that this is helpful if the people who are finding it helpful are people who already have programming knowledge a little bit, but not Godot specifically. And they're like, oh, I like all the things they were talking about. So if that's you, then probably. Otherwise, you might want to look for a more beginner-friendly one. Greeny says, I've used other game engines though, and I know Lua. Okay, then maybe it might be helpful. Go check it out. I mean, only if you care about making roguelike deck builder. Digital says, such evergreen content. I know. Did you see, Digital? I released another evergreen content yesterday, and I have another one on the way. I gotta reap those evergreen resources. Oh, gosh. Hold on, I'll be back. I have to take a picture of my kitties. It's emergency. Hello. Granny says, in that video you sound completely different. I do? Okay, hold on. I can change it. Usually when I talk in YouTube, I try to be a little bit softer because I don't want to scare anyone away. It's more authentic. What is more authentic? Me being like this or me being like this? You know what I mean? Greedy says, my favorite language is Java. Yeah, I mean, Java's great. My professional career has mostly been in Java, so there's nothing wrong with that. My past day job, when I used to have a day job. Now this is my day job. Aha, living the dream, aren't I? Okay, it says trying to assign a non-object value to a variable of type item resource.gd. Okay, so it's yeah, that's okay. That's gonna be serialization is gonna be annoying. Jeez. Okay. Item resource, which is going to be an item resource.new. And then I'm going to have to. Oh, but this says nested. I think I might have to just serialize, unfortunately. All right, I'll just serialize it. This sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Instead of using JSON, I think I might have to do data serialization. Let's see. When we're saving. Is there a serialize? Hold on. I don't know how serialization works in Godot because I've never done it. Let's see. Godot serialization. Binary serialization. They do. Oh, actually, this is what I recommend everyone, by the way. If it is literally your first time using Godot, go to Godot doc and go to getting started section and just follow these. This will cover most of the cases that you will need to know, conceptually speaking, like what Godot is all about, how things are treated, or conceptually how they're viewed, signal, event, all those things. And then I recommend people to be like, okay, well, follow along, ask specific questions, and then search for those questions, find your answers. Now you have more expanded knowledge based on this first lesson, and then look for a very specific genre to follow. Yeah. No, this works really well. Your first 2D game or third 2D game. Greeny says, I learn in kind of weird way. No, I think that's not so weird. It's valid. Let's see. Okay, well, I was looking at serialization here. binary serialization. I don't think I need full object versus object instance ID. Oh, this is not updated. Godot has serialization API based on variant. It's used for converting data types to an array of bytes efficiently. This API is exposed via global bytes to var and var to bytes function, but it is also used in get var and store var methods of file access as well. Okay. If a variable is serialized with full objects equals true, then the objects contained in the variable will be serialized and includes in the result. This is recursive. Great. If full objects is false, then only. Okay. So I will try that. So what is it called? It's a between using bytes to var and var to bytes. Let's see what's accessible here. Bytes, hold on. I don't see it. Is it because it's not an object? Bytes to var. And this is only accessible for the, it's a global scope. Bytes to var. Oh, it's a global function. Pect bytes array. And then what about var to bytes? And then it takes variant. Okay. So I can do var to byte. I feel like it's still gonna break. I could try it. So instead, if I send it over on the save, instead of stringifying it, we're going to use var to bytes. And mind you, I'm still learning this as well. So encodes a variant value to a byte array. Encoding objects is allowed. Interesting. So this is for like the objects with executable codes. And then we're going to do bytes to var. That's going to give variant. Hopefully it doesn't break. I wonder if I can just like make it equal instead of doing these like assignment thing. I never used the hey developer Doe. Doe, you have so many names. I can't even remember your original name. AR Shaikh says, hey, my favorite streamer. I like your humor, to be honest. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, we got more Emily emote here. Well, I think I still have that, actually. I don't need to save it. Let me go find it. Oh, you know what? The other emote should be expiring by now, so I should get rid of that one. Get rid of the bunny. All right. Ooh, don't look, don't look. Don't look at any of the... I don't know if there's any sensitive information on the address because I didn't make the tool. Where's Emily? There it is. There you go. Get rid of this. Boop. How about that? There you go. You get your little emote. Oh, two. Gee. So you want two of those next to each other, I'm guessing. Airshake says, thanks. Oh, no, it was Greenie who... Okay. Greenie says, this emote on the side of the screen. Left side? Or right side? Right? Okay. No, left. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Help me find it. There he is. I don't like how small it comes in every time. There you go. Is that good? I'm just allowing you guys to litter my stream. All right. Let's go. Yeah, it's good. Okay, good. One is enough. Okay. My right, your right. What's a right? What's left? I don't understand. Okay. Almost. Different error. It seems like the texture information doesn't exist. Ooh. We're already running into a serialization problem, but it's good that we're doing this because we're gonna have to save games anyways at some point. Okay, so resources being serialized, and those things have textures, and I think the texture is considered undefined, perhaps. So when it's trying to put that on there, it's like, I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna assume my assumption, or I'm gonna check my assumption again. Well, good to know that I'm doing this right now. And this gives me a reason to do a little research and make a video about this, obviously. Everything's a content. Especially if it's difficult and not straightforward immediately, then it's a room for a great content, I think. Let's see. Okay, it's saying that the icon texture of a nil item resource happens to be nil here. It got set to null. Okay. Why did it get set to null? Because nothing exists? I guess it should skip if it's null. If it gets set to null and becomes dirty, I think it should... If item value is null, then we should just make visibility false. And return instead. But I mean, that doesn't make sense either. This is a weapon window, right? Okay. So weapon window is going to have single item. And then if it is null, oh my goodness. Why is it? Who's assigning this? It's set to null. If the item resource is null, then it shouldn't exist. Right? Hold on. Let me look at the level. I'm going to empty this out. Tutorial level. Weapon window. And then over here, weapon UI is going to create the window scene. And it's connecting the item resource by adding it. But when inventory changes, it's going to come here. And basically remove everything that's not there anymore. I want to see if this does anything. Star MBR says, I think resource can't trigger setters. It happened to me too. Resources can't trigger setters? That can't be true, is it? Because I've been relying on that few times. And it was okay. But also, if it's deleted, then it should be deleted, not do something crazy like that. So let me hold on. Just give me a second, okay? I'll do something here. So if item resource is null, I'm just gonna let it skip right now. If item resource is null, then I'm gonna just pass through or return. So nothing happened. So I want to see the consequence of this action. Greeny says, I opened Godot and it crashed immediately. What? I never heard that before. What version of Godot are you using on what operating system? Did you use the most stable version? Most recent one on Windows? Weird. I never heard that happen before. I mean, it's also pretty lightweight. Oh. Okay. It's clearly something's going wrong. Just give me a second. Man, this serialization is causing more trouble than worth, honestly. I almost feel like... Okay, 5, 6, whatever. Okay. And then if I die... Look, this texture did an update because there is a weapon, but there's no texture for it. Which is kind of annoying. That's kind of silly that the texture doesn't get saved. Serialization manager. So we have vars to byte. And when it's turning back, it's definitely having some issues here. So come to play our character. When it's loading, I want to see all of this. Roar says, "Is this your game dev?" This is my game dev. Who's my game dev? What do you mean? I don't have a game dev owner. SarenBR says, if I assigned a resource inherited thing to a variable, it did not trigger the setter functions. I had to manually make an update function and call it. Oh, that sounds... If it's inherited, I think that would be considered a single update. I don't know. I mean, that's definitely a bug if it's not acting as intended. Horror says, lol, you understood. Okay, good. SarenBR says, just wanted to share my experience with the same problem. Why are you so toxic? I'm not being toxic. I'm not being toxic. What do you mean? I accept your problem. I'm saying, okay, I get it. That makes sense. It could. I wasn't saying you're wrong. I'm saying, huh, interesting. That's all I'm saying. I was saying you should report it. Oh, sorry, Emperor says, I meant roar. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, let's go then. Hi, Dev. Is this your game? Oh, I see. Hey, I'm game dev. Wait, is my title say something? Roguelike game dev in Godot. Oh, no. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about, roar. Too much to do says, steps to resolve. Open cursor. Vibe code it out. Get the solution. Spend the next 4 hours removing all the bloat that cursor added. Hey, it's one way to go about it, I suppose. I like the logical way of knowing what's going on, so let's stick with this. So, hey, this is kind of surprising. Why is this still saving? Oh my gosh! What if that wasn't the issue? Hold on. I need to know when this save is getting called. Is it getting called every time? No, right? Why is it still 16 when I serialized it? Okay, in the beginning, once. Okay. Uh-huh. I know what's happening. Hold on. I didn't need to do all of this. Whew, I was debugging the wrong thing. I could have done one of these things, like I was, well, I mean, I need to serialize it eventually anyways. But here's a realization, okay? Is not that the data was saving. So because I was doing all this serialization to actually catch the snapshot instead of being like, hey, you. But it turns out I'm actually saving before loading instead of loading, then saving a new state. So, yeah. Let's see, hold on. Oh my goodness. How silly of me. I just like went about doing the most difficult thing ever. So if I do this, and then on the save, instead of doing the variable to bytes, just keep it as is. So that's just a variant. And then I can do serialization later on that data, you know what I mean? If I need to. So first of all, let me just have it load. But the problem is that I am creating the player, I'm saving the state, then loading it. So I need to split that functions out. Or split those functions out. Wait, hold on, what's going on? Roar says, what I meant is I started watching your stream. I see you working on something. I don't know the game. I have a doubt. Are this developer as our streamer working on his game? I'm going to ask. Hey guys, like we're not saying anything mean to anyone, right? Nobody's really actually offended, right? Yeah, I understand. I understand. Don't worry, Roar. I understand. You're not being mean. I think people are just trolling. Greeny says, where does it store the project? I can't find it anywhere. Huh? You can assign where you... Oh, okay, so here. When you go Godot engine, right? Greeny, it... As soon as it loads, when you create a project, you can browse where to save it. Now, if you're on Windows, this is like... Windows is bane of my existence because Windows automatically saves everything on OneDrive. I'm like... That's not my document. That's OneDrive document. And I have to be like, oh, wait, but there's 2 copies of it. Wait, how does it tell which one is the copy and which one is the backup? Yeah, I don't know. I hate OneDrive. Even if I turn it off, it just stays on. I hate OneDrive. I disabled it a long time ago. I feel like I did, but every time it updates, it turns back on or something. Every time like I'm like, hey, your Windows is like fake or something. I like log in, please. I'm like, I log in and it's like, oh, you logged in? You wanted to use OneDrive, right? And then like I don't find out until I'm way down in the future where I'm like, okay, now I have 2 versions of the same file. I don't know which folder is the real folder. Yeah, that's me right now. Thanks for the follow, Gisty or Ghosty. Green says, like in File Explorer, it's probably in OneDrive. Kosi says where you set it. Yeah, if you go new project and then look at that browse, that's probably where it auto-saved it. Too Much says you choose the destination when you create a new project. If you open a project selector again, you should be able to see the path for each project. Yep. KK, it's set on my docs. Rar says, yeah, I was just asking to participate. People got their hormones fighting. I don't know. No, nobody's really serious. We're all chill. Don't worry, Rar. Because he said, exactly, I disable OneDrive so fast. Exactly, Tenorus is like, no OneDrive here. OneDrive haters, unite! Windows really be trying to do whatever they're doing, you know? Ugh, hate it. Tinder says, I think I changed a registry thing last time. Lol, what does that do? Too Much to Do says, I reformatted my PC once and loaded into a desktop. I hadn't used in ages. OneDrive decided to keep an archaic copy of my machine and mysteriously decided to load it in. Was actually quite nostalgic. Oh, interesting. Yeah, OneDrive sometimes has some like random things from a long time ago, but it is terrible. I just don't understand the need for it, to be honest. I mean, it's trying to be a backup, but the problem with OneDrive is a misnomer for me is because nothing one about OneDrive. There's nothing one, like as soon as you have OneDrive, you also all of a sudden have multiple drives and you're like, I don't understand anything. Also, I also hated the whole like user-based document splitting. I mean, I understand why you need it, but it's kind of annoying. Roar says, what are your plans for this game, Ezra? Launch in Steam? Hopefully. That's my hope. I do want to first make the devlogs first, right? Because the whole point is that I'm doing the free asset versus paid asset comparison. So I want to accomplish that and have a successful video or something. I mean, I already got 3 videos out of it. I have the... Oh, actually... Well, I guess so. I have the roguelike dungeon tutorial that I'm starting. I have 2 videos on the way. And 1 just got released yesterday. And then I released the other video the other day with the... What did I do? Oh, maybe I didn't do that. Oh, that was the other video. So I am releasing while I'm working on the devlog on the bouncing little object. The top-down bouncing is surprisingly not straightforward. Like you see this one right here. Like when you break these things, you see how these like items are like just dispersing in all direction. And then they look like they're bouncing in those directions. That simulation is not that comes out of the box by no means. So that devlog is coming out. And then the free versus paid asset. So I got to do that. Then replace all the assets. And then make a nice screenshots. Well, first make it demoable. Nice screenshots and images. And then release on Steam for wishlisting and demo. That's the plan. Cooley says 1 drive. 1 drive. Sir MBR says, Roar, sorry, misunderstood it then. Apologize. Aw, it's nice. Yeah, everybody apologize. Kumbaya. Ghosty says, the user-based docs screw me up so bad. Yeah, no, that thing. Because sometimes you don't actually know if you're, like, when you're on desktop or when you're like, oh, yeah, like this. When you're over here and you go, right here. When you go desktop documents versus when you're going like user documents, those are all different places and you don't get to decide which one is which. I mean, I guess if I like right now sit down and figure out which one is which, then maybe I can figure it out. And then from now on, I know forever, but I don't have the time for that. I mean, I guess I do have the time, but you know what I mean? Stop correcting me, Ezra. My inner self is like, oh, but it's understandable. But at the same time, no, it's not understandable. I'm angry. But yeah. Roar says, not accepted. You will live with the guilt forever now. I don't make the rules. Colidra says the 1 in OneDrive is short for 1000. Exactly. 100%. Roar says, may I suggest one thing for your game, Ezra? Yeah, sure, Roar. I'm listening. All ears. Tell me. Sir MBR says, Roar, it's okay, I can't demand it, but I am living knowing I tried. Yes, that's how we live. Gosh, where was I? Okay, yeah, so I was saving it in the wrong spot. Where was I doing it? When the level starts, tutorial level, during the start level section, I was doing the save state here on the start level. Now, if you look at my reset, if you look at my restart, I'm doing the load after the saving because saving happens on start level. So technically, I should probably do the reset state on this. And then during the start level, it's going to save the newly loaded state by default, hopefully. We'll see. Thanks for the follow. Oh, hold on. I think there was like 2 notification. Did I miss something? Oh, Guru Kid on YouTube. Thanks for the sub. And Ping Merchant. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. Dude, I've been looking at Hypnotic, which is our friendly friend streamer over in Down Yonder on the Upside Down City in Australia. He's been doing subathon, which I was like kind of flirting with the idea of doing a subathon myself. But he's been doing an unlimited one where he's been on stream for 8 days. I'm thinking, I think that's kind of nuts. Okay, so it still didn't work. I think, hold on. Clear level load. I want to see this. Ah, gosh, I just undid everything. Please work. Ghosty says, is there a save on exit like for player progression? I want to make it eventually, but right now that's not my focus. I'm trying to make one time. But this will be a building block towards having that save state. So I'm gonna see. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Kill me. All right. We're about to load. During the load state, step into it. Get instance is fine. Load state. Inventory.load state. Yes. Step into it. It's going to get the component material, which right now is empty because of the save. But serialization manager, save slot, has a dictionary of size 0. That's correct. And starting weapon of 1. That is correct as well. So the component material is dictionary 0. That's good. And weapons is whatever it is. Great. Inventory has changed, right? So now if I look at inventory, we have empty dictionary for components, and we have single weapon, which is a rock, and emits a inventory changed signal, which is being heard by weapon. So weapon will update. I guess it's the player status that needs to change, huh? I wonder if player status actually changes based on that. Item counter. Okay. So it might just be the counter issue. So the state is loading properly, but then the visual representation of that is not correct. So I'm going to have to take a look. Where Void says, bless you. Thank you. Hey, Void. Rar says, I notice how the stone breaks. If you like, you could have some like little companions you can find sometimes inside these stones, like magic petrified or something. Could be random or could be in some different stone. It's your call, like if you like it. Then this companion will stick to the character like a firefly, a crab hanging, a little bird, an octopus, etc. Your choice. And then during the gameplay, this companions could help randomly by using a skill. I like it. No, I do like the companion idea. I also like an upgradable companion idea. So like if you keep finding more of this companion, they like merge into a bigger companion. So then like there's a run where you're not building anything, but you're just upgrading the companion. And maybe there's an item that's like called companion lure. What if it's like a little living rock? That could be cool. I like that. Sounds fun. Oblomov, welcome. Welcome. Hello. Where Voice says, don't mind me, just lurking. We'll chat later. No, it's okay. Just saying hi. Okay. So everything is loading properly. The item counter is not updating properly. This one, I want to know when it gets updated. It's registering the player. Okay. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do this real quick. And then see if this is running continuously. Yes, it is. Keys. Nothing's in there. Component material, yeah. What is this? Recipe component. Yeah, it's not going down here, but it will as soon as I start collecting something, I think. So I'm going to go and collect some rocks. Cooley says, Biome says, what if the companion gave mining buffs? Ooh, that is a great idea. I love that. That's a fantastic idea. That's sick. I love it. They should give... I think they should definitely have different effect. I think that could be a really fun little mini game where you're not crafting for yourself, but you craft little like upgrades for your little companions. Oh, that could be interesting. I don't know. I don't want it to be like all companion thing because like you need to make a choice between the player and the companion. But that's a sick idea. I love it. I love it. And and there's a twist. Oh shoot! I forgot to die. I meant to die here. The twist is. Oh my gosh. What if there's like a twist where your companion is the boss you need to fight? So if you upgrade it too much in a secret level, I don't know how that's going to work, but you see. Oh, hydrate. Let me go get some water. I'll be back. Okay. Too much to do. Hydrate. Thank you. Biome says, oh no, we already read that. Cooley Draw says, minds you. Take that. Don't tell me what to do. I'm going to mind you if I want to, is what he says. Vlad, tell me the emote you want on the screen. Okay. And Too Much to Do says, ooh, FFX style, where you have to fight your summon. Oh, like the little emotional ending. That could be fun. We'll see what the details look like for that. Tenor says maybe a choice to upgrade it in the blood of the boss and it turns into another boss. Ooh, I do like that too. Or maybe you could have different type of companions. Some companions where you have to collect more to upgrade. And then there's a type of companion where you have to gear up to upgrade. And then there's a type of companion where they collect bosses to upgrade. I don't know. Maybe that's a skill tree. Ooh, what if your companion has a skill tree? Oh my gosh, that could be fun. Anyways. We'll see. Cooley Draws wants the little fig emote on the screen. All right. Or Vlad does, actually. Let me find my tool real quick. It's somewhere in here. Oblomova says, I recently moved to Godot after using Unity for 6 months, mainly due to hardware limitations. I'm working on 2D turn-based online strategy game, but I'm unsure how complex online multiplayer and Steam integration are in Godot. Do I really need to write or rent a server? Depending on how you want to handle the multiplayer. I feel like that's a thing, because if you're doing peer-to-peer, then you don't need that. But the chances are... Well, hold on. I'm going to say Emily expired. And a little smiley guy expired too. We have Fig now on my shoulder. But yeah, no, I think networking is just difficult in general. I don't think it's a Godot specific problem. But depending on if you want top level, not top level, but centralized server versus, you know, hold on. So this is going to set it correctly, I think. But this item thing hasn't changed yet. So I'm going to go over here, look at the player status UI and see what's happening. Oh, it's just not deleting what's already there because those keys don't exist anymore. Okay. I need a... So the keys don't exist anymore. I need ways to delete things then. So item counter is here. Item counter is getting added. Item counters. Item name is from the component item. Okay. So I suppose... So these are being updated. I need to take note of components that doesn't exist. So from the item counters, we have all these. We're adding it to this. I wonder if I can find it from here. Item counters has name. What is this? This is a dictionary of string. Okay. Item name. So we're going to go for item name in item counters key. We have these things. Keys, component item name is this. So from here, item name, I guess actually what I need to do is of our existing items, which will be an array of names. And then, oops, I didn't mean to delete the other one, actually. And then this one will say push back item name. And now I'm going to go through the counters for counter in counters. For counter in counters. If existing items contains counter is not key, I guess. Counter item name. If this doesn't exist, right? In the item counter world, if the item doesn't exist, we need to get rid of it. At least make it invisible, I think. Jeez. We got... Roar says, I gotta go. Have a good time, Ezra. Thanks for answering. I'll come back at another time. Oh, yeah. Thank you for stopping by, Roar. Void says, you dare perceive the void. Greenie was taken redeemed emote. I don't know which emote you want. Just add any random picture on top of your head. On top of my head? But my head must stay pristine. Here, hold on. I'll find it. I will put something on top of my head. I'll show you. I'll show you what top of my head looks like. That sounds weird. But you get the point. All right, let's put our wiseberry on top. How about that? Does that satisfy you, my lord? Boy says hi. Greenie says just add any random picture. Got it. Da, da, da. Yeah, Wiseberry, we're Void. We're thinking the same thing, I guess. I didn't even read it, but we thought the same thing. Greenie Was Taken says the guide isn't teaching me anything, lol. The one in the docs. It just tells me what to do and spoon feeds me the code instead of explaining what I can use to write it. Now, it seems like you need to follow my guide then. Go look at Deck Builder. I'm not learning anything from it. Just go watch my video and let me know. It might be to your taste. Where Voice says testing the mods, you see. Oh no. The power of the mod has been invoked. Coolidra says courage isn't here to test, unfortunately, lol. Oh, Ayland Alice. Hi, Ayland Alice. Welcome. Wait, did I say thanks for the follow, Biomes? Sorry, there was a lot of things going on. Coolidra says hi. Voice says hi. Hi, Alice. Biome says, are you going to keep using free assets for this roguelike game or eventually make your own pixel art and do a video on that? I'm going to do that. Free asset. And then I'm going to use some paid assets because that is the gimmick of that video. And then I'm going to see how much of it I need to replace personally in order to make it a launchable game. And that would be the retrospective of like, okay, well, I did all this. I got the game working pretty quickly with some of the things. Here were downsides to it. It made it easy. But when I actually wanted to make it the way I wanted it to be, just still had a lot of work to do. Or, oh, it made this part easier. That's kind of part of the process. Because what I really want to test is, because I know people do the whole like pre-made assets before launch and then replacing some of the assets for finalization. I want to know how feasible it is. Because, I mean, there is a sense of like taking the momentum down because you're working on your own assets all the time. And especially if you're a graphically very like specific person, I have a very specific taste in direction of the design that I get really caught up in it and then just like work a lot and it takes the momentum out of this process sometimes. So there is that benefit. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I still haven't gotten to the point of replacing all of it with my own asset and what that means yet. I have a feeling that some of the mechanics that I set in or some of the coding I set in for the limitation I have with the current assets will have to be updated, and that's going to be a headache. We'll see. I still think it's a good thing because it's taking the kind of commitment to creating an asset or feeling like the asset needs to be perfect before being even able to test. So that's good. Green says, Discord light mode, be gone, evil, be gone. Yes, I know. Every single person comments on my Discord light mode. Discord is the only thing I use in light mode because, I don't know, I like it. Cooley says, I keep saying we need a warning for it. Voice says, indeed. Vlad is sleeping. Alice says, Void, I've been staring at you for like a long time, but like, bro, why haven't you started stare back? I know it. Incomprehensible, but still real. We stare at the void and void never still stares back. All right. Deleting. We're checking the item counters, taking the name, and seeing if that name exists in the list of available items. If it doesn't, it needs to be deleted. And that, I wonder if I do, hold on, this is a dictionary. Okay, cool. So we're going through it. We can go erase the key, meaning it's going to remove that entry there. Another thing I can do is item counters, get counter name. And then that's a node that exists in this container, right? So we'll say, boop, remove child. And not only do I remove this, we're going to free it. And hopefully that resets everything. Let's see. Green says, hide your whole webcam with Wiseberry. Oh, you mean my face? All right. I see what you're getting at. Unfortunately, we don't have a VR or what do you call those things? The streamers that does VR. My gosh. This is my boomer self. This is my boomerness coming out. I know they're called something. People who do a little stream with avatars. We need to jig or rig a hold on. We need to get a rig for Wiseberry. What is it called? Gosh, I don't VTuber, yes. Germander says PNG tuber. Is that an actual thing? If it's 2D, really? That's what it's called? That's funny. We need to rig a VTuber model for Wiseberry, so it can be a Wiseberry for a day. How disturbing is it? All right, I'm gonna keep it on for 3 minutes. Okay. I can't keep it on forever because people are here for my face, guys. Don't get it wrong. You think people are here to learn about coding and watch programming and vibe with me? No, they're here to just look at my face. So I think I need to make sure that I reveal my face soon. You know what I mean? Okay. Yes. Look at that. The setup is working. All right. GIFTuber versus GIFTuber. I gotta make the mouth open, I guess. PNGTuber is basically an image that reacts to your voice. I see. If you speak, its mouth opens. If you don't, the mouth doesn't open. Oh, maybe I need to get those. That's more doable for me. Easier to set up than getting a whole rig. Coolie Draw says, wait, this isn't your normal face? What are you talking about? JPEG tuber. Not enough JPEG. We need more JPEG. Do I look like someone who knows what JPEG is? Speaking of, who watched the new season or new episodes? My whole life is a lie. Quilly says, my whole life is a lie. All right. Okay. WebTuber. Is that what it's called? All right, everyone. Sounds cool. I got this. Watch me. Watch me. Oh. Oh, so profesh. Oh, by the way, arm is not a hitbox, so it's safe. Oh my god. Oh no. I got hit. I have one health. Come on. All right, at least it's working. Oh. It's not working. Well, it's working, but it's not working. So I noticed new weapon is still there. That's not right. Also, boss health is still live. We need to turn that off on reset. I guess on reset, setup level. So boss health bar needs to be false probably. Boss health bar. Visible equals false. On restart clear level. I guess that should be that. There you go. Also the weapon rotation. player character, I set it so that the regular rock is a starting weapon. And then I triggered player inventory changed. Yet, right. But that didn't change what the player was holding. So, we need to do that. Player inventory changed. Tutorial level. I think we're handling it over here. Where we say, hey, player weapon UI. When the input says scroll down, we do this. We gotta probably reset the index to the size, I think. So for example, when inventory changes, we register the player on player inventory change here, player weapon set. So the window changes, player weapon set, remove at blah, blah, blah. Whenever we're removing a window, I think, we'll see. I guess when we're removing it, if, I guess after removing everything and adding everything, well, after removing it, if selected, hold on, current selection, current index. If the current index is greater than equal to the weapon's size, meaning whatever is being selected has exceeded it, we need to reset the index to be the highest it can be. Yes. Unless it's 0, then it's going to be -1, then it's going to be a problem. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be okay. Oh, geez. What do we got here? Rice Remy says, hello, Mr. Streamer. Hello, chat. What's up with that bearded strawberry? Oh, that's right. 3 minutes. All right. It's been 3 minutes, right? Somebody redeemed emote on screen and said this is what needs to be done. So I had to do it. So many people have. All right. I think that's 3 minutes. We are, boop, gone. Now we're normal, okay? Rice Cerami says, oh, I skipped too many streams then. My bad. Jeez. Greeny says, no, that's how he looks like. What do you mean? Rice is like, oh, wow. Yeah. A lot of change over the years. Meg Rurdani or Dahi says, what's up, dog? Hey, we're good. Coley says, who is this imposter? Wait, I'm the real face. This is me. It has been me all along. Ah. What the heck? I don't know what's going on. Green says, strawberry better, not gonna lie. What? What are you talking about? Aren't you guys all here for my face? All 90% of you who are male and 10% of you who are female and 0.3% of you who is neither. McRudon, he says, what's good in the hood, homie? We're doing well. We're making our games. We're working on bugs. I want to say I still need to make it so that the weapon changes. The actual weapon that the player is holding, but we'll do it one at a time. So let me die after upgrading the weapon and switching over. That's one edge case I didn't handle. Green says, because no more strawberry, no strawberry equals no views. Like that one TikTok streamer when they stand up and go. What? I know. It's funny because I know for a fact that the views go up when I'm doing a chair stream. People are here for the chairs. Meguradahi says, you are a kind man. I appreciate it, King. Am I? Thanks. I appreciate you thinking that I'm kind, I suppose. You don't know me. I could be a very mean person. Low-key, I'm a narcissist that is just fronting. Aha, I tricked you. I tricked you into liking me. Now you are forever owed. Or something like that, I guess. Greenie was taking another remote. What do you want? Flashbang everyone. Put a white screen on the stream for 10 seconds. What? These demands are getting wild. How about... Jeez. All right, ready? Okay. It's not that bright. I thought it was going to make a sound, but it didn't. How do I get a just white screen? It's also not an emote, dude. I'm sorry, I can't do that one. I'll refund you. It's a good idea, though. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We don't talk like that here. Greeny. Hold on. Where have we got? Greeny emote on screen. Oh, rejected. There you go. Oh, I gotta say mark as complete, mark as complete. I didn't know I had to mark these things as a complete. Interesting. Mobby says Greeny. No, it's okay. Deep Squad. Voice says, let's do some squats. The way it works here... Oh, gosh, can I at least debug here? Hold on, let me at least get an idea. Yes, Void wants me to squat, but this also means everybody squats with me. Also, the boss thing didn't go away. He might actually be active right now. Oh, weird. Okay, so this didn't update, but window updated. The selection should also update, so we got to do that. What we're going to do here... on weapon selection change, due to removal, current index, we should probably do... I don't know if I should do scroll down or up here. Oh, we should probably do one of these, actually. Yeah, well, I was saying that the whole squat thing is that it's for everyone. So if I'm squatting, you guys are squatting with me. So the idea is that we're all going to get up from our seats and hit that 12 squats, you know? Get that quads and glutes working. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Get that blood flowing. Good. Well, see? What a wonderful stream. We get our blood flowing. We got our head rolling. We got entertainment to the max. Green says, GG boys, we got it. Kelsey said, too many error? As or why? Too many error what? Gror Dahi says, his English your first language? No, it's not. Well, I don't know. Who is to say anymore? I mean, it doesn't count anymore. I mean, Korean was my first fluent language, I suppose. But I did move to America when I was like, well, I was born here. I moved to Korea when I was like 4, so it doesn't really count. But I moved back when I was in middle school, so like around 13. So it's not my first language, technically speaking. Les says, I love using Panku Console plugin in my projects. It gives easy access to all auto loads in the project at the runtime. Skills testing so much. Ooh, I should take a look at that. Germander says, just open Discord again for flashbang. Yeah, exactly. Everyone look at my Discord. Ah! Speaking of Discord, join my Discord. And don't forget to click rules and then agree in order to access everything. Hello, Biggie Cheese. Hello, LSF. Hello, whoever you are. And you as well. General. LSF says, join the Discord. Oh, Greenie's here. Hello, Greenie. Wow. Wow, you guys got on real quick. That was fast. All right. What do you got here? Kelso said, what? You like me too? What? Huh? As a punishment, all shall squat. Exactly. Thanks for the follow, Danny boy. Brains app. Hey, long time no see. I didn't sign up for this. Yes, you did. If you're here, you're signing up for exercises. Just a little nudge for us all to be a little bit healthier. You know what I mean? I guess healthy is relative, because if you have knee problems, maybe don't do it. Greedy says, I hope I'm not the only one who actually did the squats. No, it's not. We all know. All our avid viewers do these together. We're all at the end of this stream. When I ever actually get big enough to do a meetup, what we're going to do is we're going to have a leg reveal group picture for all the Developer Ezra's viewers, and it's going to be just quads for days. You know what I mean? All our viewers are going to have massive legs and glutes. Greenie says, quit saying I suppose. You sound like Beatrice from ReZero. I don't know that character, but do I say I suppose a lot? I suppose I do. Greenie says, search up Beatrice saying I suppose compilation in 3 seasons. I just don't want to be flagged for copyright in case they have music. Let's see. Beatrice saying I suppose.
I suppose. I suppose. I suppose. I suppose. I suppose. So I suppose.
It's even the same intonation. I don't do that. Green says she has probably said it more than 1,000 times. That's a lot. Too Much To Do says, do you find that knowing multiple languages has helped with learning programming languages, similar to how knowing a programming language makes learning another one more easily? I guess it does in some sense, because knowing a single programming language really thoroughly does help learning other languages, but knowing different types of programming languages, like the one that are mainly scripting language, that are not type restrictive, more functional language, assembly. I mean, they have different benefits and different way of pattern of functioning, right? In their own field. It does help a lot. However, you don't need to, if it's like similar things, then it doesn't really like add anything except just knowing that language, in my opinion. So, yeah. Green says, I've joined before you've mentioned it. Nice, nice. Cooley says, totally, indeed. Devs with legs. Too Much to Do says, devs with legs. Exactly. We're going to have a little club that says devs with legs. We're all going to be wearing a strawberry shirt and then just legs coming out of it. Greeny says, why is programming in English? Why not Spanish? Why not Mandarin? Why not Russian? Funny you say that, because if you look it up, there are foreign language programming language, actually. It just is not easy to popularize because English is very much a global language. This is okay. This doesn't update it. So what we actually probably need to do is instead of actually updating this, we just go scroll down. And it'll probably update it to, I probably shouldn't do that actually. I'll do this. I need a section that just updates the graphic, rendering the selection. Geez. Display container, clean render. What does that do? Remove child, Remove window at. Doesn't really do any selection thing, huh? Let's see, scroll down. Weapon is in focus. Oh, I see. So we gotta update what's in focus. I suppose func update. Oh, I keep saying I suppose. You're right. I do say I suppose. Update. Update focus, which will be basically this. For I in weapons, size for weapons, or if I equals current index, we'll do one of these, else false. Okay, we're going to do update focus here after this. What else? The weapon selection is not properly working. Weapon choice changed. Needs to be emitted. So we're going to do that as well. Weapon choice changed emit, weapon in current index. Hopefully that'll trigger everything that, oh my gosh, Vlad with the alien language. I don't know how you do that curse language. Dev logs, dev legs. Oh, dev legs. I like that. That's funny. It's empty. I see. If it's empty, it shouldn't do anything, I think. If is empty. Don't mind me. Wrong thing. Nested ifs. I don't recommend it, but right now I just want to test the functionality real quick. So, def feet. Brother. Oops, wrong emoji. Too much to do is prove it. They're bad though. They're Python and Russian. Oh. Pyru. Let's see. Too much to do says, my bad, I meant does not knowing multiple spoken languages help with learning program? Oh. I don't know. I don't think so. I think what helps understanding programming language is understanding English. By far. Because when I was like, just like, you know, just messing with programming when I was a kid, it was really just copy and paste. Like I didn't know how to read English, so words didn't mean much. But now they mean something, so it's easier to like conceptualize what I'm doing when you're first learning. But once you learn, it doesn't really matter. But it does help with the initial hump. Okay, still not updated. I do not like. I think potentially we shouldn't do it here actually. When we're removing window, when we're adding weapons. Right? If current index, hold on. I want to see what the default is. It is 0, isn't it? So if current index, I think we should probably update this here as well. I'm just testing all the keys here. I just wanted to keep the weapon cursor in the weapon selection that it's at when it restarts. Or, you know, change and update the weapon. Down the street says, Kojumbo, the creator of the award-winning game Neck 2. What? What is that? Greeny says, turn off the lights and close your curtains. It will look way better. Oh. Is the light getting bad? I mean, that's what I do for like my devlog videos, but for stream, I like to use the natural lights. Gosh. You know, I have key light and fill light and everything. Let's see. Probably should increase the ISO. Uh-huh. There you go. A little bit brighter. Cooler. There you go. Like that? Let's see. Let me take a look. Uh-huh. Like so. There you go. A little bit of fill light. There it is. Cooley says Dev Feet is a different site. Vles says Kojima. Oh. Kojima Feet. Dev Feet. Yeah. Sure, this works though. Why'd you take it seriously? It was a joke, lol. Hey, I mean, you did it. I take my viewers' request seriously. I don't know, actually. I do think that the natural light worked better, right? What do you think? What say you? I feel like it was a lot brighter. It looks a little bit dim now. Maybe I need to up the ISO. Like that? Is this better? Maybe? There you go. Uh-huh. There you go. Down the street says, yeah, natural light is better. Gah! I knew it! Come on, everyone. Ugh. All right, we're going back to the natural light. Hello, Peachy. Hi, come in. You want to come in? I think it's about time that we need to end the stream here or something, because my cat's here. Are you bored? All right, hey. Wow. Yes. All right, everyone. Everyone fig on the chat. Fig emote if you have it. Actually, is it a tier 1 sub? I don't even actually know. I don't know if it's a follower emote. Greeny says, no, don't end it. Down the street says, no, I just opened YouTube. Okay. Well, let me at least figure this out, because there's definitely a bug. Oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. Fig Angel. Oh, Cooley's using the sub emote. That's right. We got special emotes if you're a sub. So, like, why aren't you subbing already? You got free Prime sub anyways. Where are you using it? Come on. Not me begging. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's such a good problem. Oh my god, don't fall. Don't fall. Oh, okay, you're done? Are you done? Alright. Get out of here. I need to clip her nails because she's been scratching quite hard. Well, not intentionally, obviously. What emote do you want? Subscribe if you can, exactly. Green says, put a picture of your cat on the whole screen for 10 seconds, like jump scare. Make it stretch heavily. Make it look funny. A very specific request. Let's see if I can find a... Oh, I guess I could do this one specifically. There it is. Can I stretch it? Hold on. Is that a... I don't know if that's an option I can... Hold on. There has to be. Select. No. Image. I mean, I can make it... Why won't you stretch? It won't stretch, guys. I think what I can do... Hold on. I mean, it's blurry. I think what I can do is... You can use the face emoji, yeah. But I'm trying. There's also a better version of the face emoji, too. It won't let me stretch it, though. I wonder if I can... Yeah, that doesn't do anything. I might have to just come up with a stretched version of it. Here. I can do this. Just give me a sec. Oh my gosh. I can feel her hair tickling me. Eesh. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to send... I think I already sent myself these Gmail. You'll eventually be able to put together a cursed Gundam with all those emojis. Cursed Gundam. That's funny. Hold on. It's somewhere. I guess I gotta just send myself the picture. Oh, the pain. I just wish I could do whatever as soon as I want it, instead of needing to figure it out. Somewhere. Where is she? Where is her face? Da, 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 da. All right, just give me a sec. Oh, we have Peach. Ah. Oh, there she is. Okay. Download. And then this is such a bad way to do this. I'm going to email myself this picture. What are those what are the hip youth do these days? Like, how do they share it between machines? Les says, or a girl. Cute boy or a girl. Yeah, it's a girl. Or voice says, Fig. You will eventually be able to put together. Yeah. Hold on, guys. I'm working on it. Da, da, da. All right. hopefully, okay. I suppose I should open it on Paint so I can properly stretch it. Can I just drop it? Yes, I can. Here's Fig. Stretch. How do I stretch? Hold on. This. Can I just select it and stretch it? Like that? Ah! Ah! I just undid everything. Hold on. I got this. Crop. There you go. Save. Where did it save? In the desktop, I think? No. It's under downloads. Okay, cool. That's fine. And then go to the stream thing. And drop it. Hold on. Can I? Oh, there it is. There it is. We're just actually just littering my stream with a bunch of stuff. Feels so messy. Oh, well, whatever. As long as it makes you guys happy. I'm a little terrified for that. Yeah. Greeny says, I made a stretched fig on Discord. Aw. Spoiler. Ah, there it is. You have been figged. I like this one. Okay, copy image. Let's put that. Looking like 1990s, early 90s web portal. Gonna find the tape tool again. Gotta open the thing. Hey, Fig. She just hops on my desk like she owns the place. But she is bored. I'll give her that. There you go. What a mess. What a mess my desktop has become. I'll put her down here. There you go. General chat. No, I saw it. Weird voice says just for as ears so he can reply quickly. Huh? What happened? Voice says at some point we need chat text to speech. Oh. Yeah, I guess so. I turned it on for some of the features, but I don't know how to enable the rest, I think. I need to figure that out. Me having to turn my head every time is kind of pain. Greeny says, TTS is scary. Some people abuse it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if they do, then we have to make probably rules or some sort. Okay. Weapon update. It worked? Wait, I don't remember. Did it work before? I moved on? Something didn't change, I think. Cat. I mean, even this is almost at the brink of being abused. Where Voice says, I'm also curious if we could call Fig midstream to distract us. That would take a lot of skill. I don't know what... I mean, somehow if I attach the door hinge to an automatic, like, stream signaled opening, because she wants to come in as soon as the door opens. So... that means I need an automatic door. Kind of crazy. This... Wow. I just did a skip, guys. I already found a skip. Wow. I can speedrun my own game. Greeny says, give her a can of tuna. The kind that's in water, not brine. not oil, water. She'll be happy. Trust. I know that. I already gave her the wet food this morning to keep her happy. Wait, why am I not getting hit? Okay. Boss health is still activated. I need to go check if the boss is... Okay, hold on. I have a bad feeling about this. Tiny, stop it. Let me go check. All right, look at my skip. Look at my skill. Oh. Oh. Yep, boss is activated. Okay, so on restart, I got to make sure the boss deactivates. I don't know why it was activated this time. Let's see. On tutorial level, on restart, on setup level. I mean, I already turned off the boss. When I do this, we're clearing the level where the enemy character, which boss is included, I think, boss is a, hold on, boom. In the enemy group, yeah. He does get deleted, so I don't know why he comes back activated. Is it because I'm placing the player within the new spot? I guess I should... okay, I think I need to get rid of the player from the map first, positionally. Or set the player position to 0, 0. So let's look at the tutorial level. When we're clearing level, player game state player character should be removed. That is from the level. So remove child, the player, so that the player is not in the triggerable area, I think. Greeny was mistaken says make a BRB screen and add fig to it. That's a good idea. Actually, I have a better idea. What's the better idea? Okay. Tell me your better idea. Greeny's like, don't end it. Making it right now to surprise you. Oh, hey, this is so cool. Wow, viewer, streamer interaction. We're doing it, guys. I need to fix this skip, but for now, it is convenient. All right. Kill me. Okay. Boss is still active. I wonder if I need to reposition the character first. I guess on reset. Player inventory changed, emit. I guess. Let's see. Let's see if changing the position helps. Before setting up starting the level. This might help. Bup. I gotta get all my resources here. Okay, I have 30. I'm gonna run. Here come the speed run. Ah! Oh, there's a zombie though. Gotta avoid it. Yeah. Okay. Boss is still activated. Why is it activated? I'm deleting it, so it shouldn't be there. I'm removing it and I'm freeing it. And during the setup, things get placed. I want to know if it is when it gets activated, actually. Boss character. Let's see when this gets triggered. I mean, this gets triggered when I enter the area, but it's also getting triggered afterwards, so I need to figure that out. Oh, man. We did a whole lot of nothing today. That's not exactly true, but you know what I mean. Okay. All right, I'm going to get rid of stretched out fig real quick. Well, at least this one. The one that I made. There you go. Ugh. Okay. Almost done, says Greenie. Okay, it activated now, I think. That's why I paused here. That's fine. But once I die, it activated again. Because the character entered this area? How is that possible? So I remove the player from the game on tutorial level, on restart. I'm clearing the level, so player shouldn't exist in here anymore. Is it not in there? Hold on. Hold on. Pretty sure. This gets triggered. And during setup level gets generated and rendered first. And player is nowhere to be found here. So it shouldn't trigger as player ran into it. But it is. I wonder. Done, says Greenie. All right, well, let's see what you created. Oops. Just bouncing fake picture. I like this. This is great. So we can chroma key it out and have fig bounce around. Okay. Okay. I like that. I'll set it up on my stream viewer and use it as a little point next time. But it perfectly loops. Oh. Never hits the corner. Did you do this manually? Did you make that animation manually? That's funny. Chloe says that's basically evil. I approve. Lovely. Okay, hold on. Yeah, there you go. So we have clear level, and then I have boss character waking up. So I'm gonna see if any one of those things trigger too early. Honestly, if I put the player position like -1000, nothing's gonna happen probably. But we'll see. I like how these enemies are like non-threatening at all. All right. No, actually. Okay. Add an Easter egg. What? Easter egg for what? The stream? Kill me. Okay. It removes the player. Starts the level. How come this is already visible though? Oh. Whoops. Then the awake triggers. How so? How is this triggering still? Body on boss start area, body entered. Body is in group player. Boss will wake up, but this never happened. How's that even possible? Body. What is it? What is its position? 392, 264. Okay. And then what about the room? Self. Self's. Yes, way down here. This could not have triggered. How is this triggering when they're not in remotely the same position? On boss start area, body entered. Weird. I think it's just not resetting correctly. Which is this little area. This triggers over here. And saying that the body entered here. The player body entered here. Even though I confirm the player being placed way out in the distance. And then this one triggers and places the player. And as soon as I place the player, suddenly the boss room triggered. I gotta figure that out. Nah, like an in-game. I don't know, screenshot the add an Easter egg message I sent in chat and put it somewhere. Okay, I will. Here. I'll add an Easter egg. I will, I promise. I'll just remember it. Literal Easter egg. Cooley Draw says 1 in 10,000 chance one of the rock texture is literal Easter egg. That's funny. Honestly, anything would do. I want to add Easter eggs, but it's just not the time for it right now. Who Cares YouTube says, howdy, howdy. Been a hot minute. Hello, Who Cares YouTube. It has been a while. Hello. Oh gee. What's going on here? I need to figure this out. Hold on. So I got rid of the room. Doesn't exist anymore. Right. I free them. And they're gone. They shouldn't be waking up anymore. Technically. And when they get set up, nothing happened until the player got placed, I think. Hold on. For the sake of this, I'm going to make the rock really strong. Let's make it 100,000 damage. Greenie says, you sound like an NPC. It's just generic saying hi. Yo, you also use Aseprite. Yeah, I like Aseprite. It's the BIS. This Aseprite is the BIS pixel art thing. Hey, wait, what the heck? Did I not save the weapon stats? Why did it not? Wait, why is it not 100,000 damage? What? Weird. That's not how it's supposed to be. Where? I bought it on itch, so I have an executable. I didn't know there was a open source that I can build myself at the time. But I like having it on itch or buying it directly as an executable because I can open it without opening Steam. I guess you could do that even if you got it from Steam, but you know what I mean. Who Cares YouTube says, oh, you're still working on this game? Yeah, of course. I haven't finished it. Okay. So I die. And I see that the child gets, player character gets removed from the game scene. So over here, after all of this triggers, I think, on the remote. Yeah, we're trying to finish this game so we can make some things out of it, but nobody's in here. Good. We're going to set up the level. And now we have a bunch of rooms, including the boss room, at a very specific position. And it has its start area relative to it, 0, 0. And this one also. And there's no player character yet. So it goes in here. Player instance is grabbed. Adding the child. Adding it. I'm looking for a spawn room. Which is... just a spawn room. Just a regular room, I think. Which is in position... doesn't really say where the position is. Oh, 0, 0. Why is the spawn room in position 0, 0? And so player has been put into a position, which is right... player character right here. And they are placed on 392, 624, or 264. Excuse me. Cooley says, thoughts on cozy horror games? Greeny says, hate them. JK. Yeah, I don't know what that would look like. How can you be cozy and horror? Who cares? So also, if no one mentioned it, your green shirt is flickering. I think it's because of the green screen. Oh, I guess it's too bright for it. How about I lower the brightness? Sorry. That makes sense. Greeny says, you mean something that looks cozy and not scary at all and then turns insanely scary, like after 10 minutes of playing? I guess like Hatoful Boyfriend or Doki Doki, or there's some other game. Like those can be kind of that theme. Quilly says, generally just spooky ambience environment, not jump scare or immediate threats. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you can execute it. If you have something in mind, make it so we can play it and we can be a judge of it. Green says, add one more, you have been figged. It's even worse now. What, you just want it to propagate? You just want to be like, it keeps happening. Copy image. I'll put it on. Okay. There you go. I don't know. This is covering too much screen here. There you go. People should pay to put ads on there, and I guess. Tons of tension and fear of the threat that isn't there, but like with tasks that are satisfying or comforting to get you through the spookiness. I think that could be a good idea. I mean, I like the concept of it. Green's like, add another one. Gosh, let me develop. All right, I'll put 2 more. Jeez. Greeny is just really having a little fun with this one, I think. There you go. There's just no room for things to be seen on the screen anymore. Like, if I'm debugging something, you wouldn't know what's going on. All right, I'm running out of spaces to put it. Here, like that. There you go. Cooley says, yeah, anxiety simulator. Ooh, that sounds good though. And Mikuri says, you've been figged. Yeah, make sure we get rid of it in like next 2 minutes. Cooley says, what's the punishment for not figging someone in 10 seconds? Brainsef says, don't Google figging. Oh, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. If you don't spread fig, I think what happens is that you die. So don't worry. Okay, so player has been positioned. Sure. Environment character, blah, blah, blah. Enemy character is being connected for item handling. Bullet spotting. And player save state. Yes, player state is being saved. It's all cool here, I think. And then immediately, the boss wakes up. How is that even possible? When the player is all the way here in the beginning state. What triggered this? body. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, I mean, its position is clearly not even near it, so I don't know why it's... Unless it's a delayed trigger. It makes no sense. Like... Hello? What's going on here? So this area triggered a body entering, specifically a player body, when this area is not overlapping this. Oh my gosh. Greenie, Automat detected it. I'm not gonna put that on. Don't search nor post it here. Please. Greenie never specifies the size. Shush. Oh, cool. Nice knowing everyone. Yeah. Cully, please use your points to add more. You have been figged. Cooley says, gotta save them for Ezra crashes the economy again. That's right. McCoy says, your shirt is glitching. No, I heard about this. How often does it flicker? Doesn't seem like it's flickering that much. It might be whenever the car passes by and then the little glare gets in. I don't get it, guys. I cleared it. I cleared the areas. So it shouldn't... I don't know why it's triggering. Like, it makes no sense to me. Why is this area triggering that? Is it a remnants from before? Like, where is this coming from? Hold on. On boss star area entered. Nothing else is triggering this. So this comes over here and triggers this. Okay. I got rid of everyone. They shouldn't be anywhere near this collision. I gotta do this real quick. It makes no sense to me. Creamy, that doesn't work. Okay, we got the power rock now. One shot hit everything. Maybe it didn't save. Sometimes the restart doesn't save things, so